I work for looking at local school, and I'm so glad to see my cohort here and glad to see all of the students here. On behalf of the Pacific Coast of America, I want to welcome you all to this graduating ceremony, an honoring ceremony for our graduates. Each graduate we honor today represents not just one student, but the combination of all hard work they have done throughout their life for the last 12 years. This event is especially meaningful because it is one of the first type of event that is hosted in this community and in this special space. This holy space that we have been settling here for our religious purpose, today we are opening as a community space so that we all can come and celebrate here. Today we have representation from 9 different school districts in Central Ohio, so this is more like a general but open to all students from our community. We also have very grateful to have distinguished guests from all different sectors. We wanted to invite our guests so that when they speak to you, you know what are different things that you can learn from them. So that is our intention. So we have our special guests that we have invited. Even though for our guests this may not be a typical space where they come and do a community engagement, this is particular religious center, but it's very open space for you. So please feel free if you have any question. Mr. Pectorell is there to answer you anything you have. Okay. As we go ahead with today's event, I would like to introduce to you all the list of guests that we have today. Today we are honored to have with us the Honorable Meredith Lawson, who is a state representative for the Ohio District 5. Likewise, we are very shortly having our next guest, but I will introduce when he is here. Our next guest is Miss Melissa Carter. I call her Miss Carter all the time. She is from the mayor's office of City of Prescott, but she is also our high school, Lincoln High School staff, and we are wonderful to have you, Miss Carter. I keep saying Miss Carter, I don't know why. Okay, and many of our students will say Miss Carter again. We are also here, we also have Officer Wells from City of Prescott Police Department. Thank you, Officer, for your time. Along with our distinguished guests, we also have our own guest. We have Charles Smithy, whom I will introduce you later, but just for a general intro here. We also have Mrs. Acharya. She's going to speak to you later on, and you will know more about her. As we continue to go along with this program, I just like to invite all of our family members to be seated. Please make sure their kids are not running so much so that is not disturbing us. There are plenty of chairs at the end. Please try and come and occupy those chairs so that when graduates are coming, they can sign in and come and take their place. Again, if you're new graduates, if you're coming and signing in, please, these white chairs are all for you. Feel free to come and grab any one you like. So now we formally begin today's program. I would like to invite Indra Dhakalji. Before I invite him to the podium, I'd like to read a little bit about who Mr. Indra Dhakal is. Mr. Indra Dhakal is actually a person who has crafted this program. He is the one who thought about this event, and this event is coming to this stage all because of his inception and idea. Indraji was born in Bhutan like many of our community members and experienced a forced displacement from the homeland. After being exiled, in 1992 he lived in refugee camp in Nepal for nearly 2 decades, where he continued his education and later served as a teacher in refugee camp. During his time in refugee camp, Indraji was also involved in community advocacy and peaceful movement for justice and repatriation. His journey reflects resiliency, service, and deep commitment to the community. After being resettled in the United States, he continued his path of service. Today, he works as a psychiatric nurse and remains actively involved with the community and a spiritual service, including his own work with Sri Lakshmi Narayan Mandir. Today's graduates honor ceremony is one of the meaningful ideas he had to bring forward and recognize these young men and women who are walking out to the next phase of their life. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Dhakal to the podium.
Narayan. My name is Indra Patel. This is my first public speaking, so I don't know what's going to go, but I'll try my best. So I would like to cover a few topics here, and that may take a little longer, but I'm sorry for taking a little bit extra minute maybe, but I'm trying to get it done on time. So today we are here gathering together to honor our journey, our parents. Is this working okay? Is audio? Okay. Our community and the class of 2026. Distinguished special guests, respected elders, community leaders, parents, graduates, dear friends, and our young children. Namaste, and warm greetings to everyone. Today we gather here not only to celebrate your achievements, but also to remember our journey, honor our sacrifices, and look toward a brighter future together. So I wanted to just remind everybody that we've been through three different stages through our life. So first chapter, I would say chapter, in Bhutan, we lived a life like self-sufficient, producing whatever we needed for a happy and prosperous life. So we produce everything like oil, butter, grains, vegetables, fruits, sugar, cotton. And we depended on the market only for three things like clothing, kerosene oil, and then the salt. Everything we managed ourselves. Second chapter begins after displacement. So we lost all our self-dependency and freedom to the tyrannic ruler and began our refugee life where we depended everything on the agencies and barely had enough to survive. And then we came to a third part where we feel very proud and thankful. But that begins in the camp again. So the story of Bhutanese refugee community is one of the resilience, courage, and hope. In 1990s, thousands of ethnic Nepalis speaking Bhutanese forced to leave their homes and homeland. Families lost their houses, lands, livelihoods, communities due to Bhutanese government's the most unjust one nation, one people policy. Many spent years and decades in refugee camps in Nepal, uncertain about what future would hold. About 6,000 to 7,000 of our fellow countrymen are still in the refugee camps. Very limited supplies for survival. Our families members have been in the Bhutanese jails from years, some of whom died from decades-long torture. Two of whom are released from jail and dumped into Indian soil without any documentation, and now they are spending their nights under the trees. Despite the hardships of displacement, our people never gave up. Parents continue to teach their children the values of education, respect, hard work, and culture. Communities stay united. Faith remains strong through perseverance and determination. Bhutanese refugees transform suffering into strength and uncertainty to opportunity. So the third chapter here, we are now proud citizens of this great nation. We must not forget this nation that has given us more than what we could have even imagined. We owe a lot to this country and its people. This could not have even happened or possible without the Lord Srimad Narayan's wishes. This didn't come easily. When resettlement brought many of us to the United States or other Western countries, our parents faced a new set of challenges. They arrived in a new country with unfamiliar languages, cultures, and systems. Many worked long hours in factories, warehouses, hotels, nursing homes, and other demanding jobs. Some worked multiple shifts to support their families. Many sacrificed their own comfort and dreams so their children could receive a quality education and a better future. Our parents often carry the burden of starting life all over again from nothing. They navigated language barriers, financial struggles, cultural adjustments, and pain of being separated from relatives and familiar traditions. Yet they continued forward with remarkable strength. Their sacrifices built the foundation upon which next generation stands today. Every diploma earned, every career achieved, and every success celebrated is a reflection of their hard-working and unwavering dedication. To all former refugees, Bhutanese refugees' parents, we offer our greatest, deepest gratitude and respect. I would also like to talk a little bit about the temples, the value of temples. Temples are the heart of our community in Western countries. In many Western countries, the temple has become much more than a place of worship. It serves as the heart of our community. This temple is where families gather, where children learn cultural traditions, where elders find companionship, and where festivals bring people together. It preserves our heritage and strengthens our identity. Within the temple, we celebrate our traditions, teach our language, share our values, and support one another during the times of joys and hardship. It reminds us of who we are and where we come from. As we continue to build our lives in new countries, our temples remain a symbol of unity, faith, and community spirit. They connect generations and help ensure that our rich cultural heritage continues to flourish. Now begins the role of young Bhutanese here. So we are Bhutanese, so we need to have some role for our community. The children who once lived in refugee camps are now adults across the world. Today, former young Bhutanese refugees are teachers, nurses, engineers, business owners, public servants, military personnel, social workers, community leaders, and scholars. The younger generation carries an important responsibility. You must preserve our language, culture, traditions, and values while contributing positively to the societies that welcome us. You serve as bridges between generations. You help our parents navigate modern systems while learning from their wisdom and experiences. You need to advocate for our communities, mentor young children, young students, and create opportunities for future generations. Our success is not only personal, but it's a collective effort. Every achievement by a member of our community inspires others and honors the sacrifices made by those who came before us. Today, we especially honor the graduating seniors 2026. Dear graduates, your achievement represent years of hard work, determination, and perseverance. You have overcome challenges, embraced opportunities, and reached an important milestone in your lives. As you move forward into colleges, universities, careers, military service, business, and other paths, remember the journey that brought you here. Remember the sacrifices of your parents, the encouragement of your teachers, and the support of your community. Carry your heritage with pride. Let your education be a tool for service, leadership, and positive change. Continue to dream boldly, work diligently, and uplift others along the way. You are the future of our community, and we have great confidence in your potential. So here I want to add a little bit of Shiva, which means like giving things to others what you have. Shiva is the greatest achievement in human life, that's what I think. But you must stay ego-free. So there's the one shloka. I will go like this. Paropakaraya phalanti vrikshaha, paropakaraya vahanti nadyaha, paropakaraya duhanti gavaha, paropakaraya idam sariram. The meaning goes, trees bear fruits for the benefit of others, river flows for the benefits of others, cows give milk for the benefits of others, and this human body is meant for serving and helping others. I would like to conclude my speech with my polite request to our generous youngsters who are the only hope for us. As you fly higher, please bring the principles of Sanatana Dharma, reflect on our history, honor our parents, celebrate our community institutions, respect our heritage, and recognize accomplishments of your own, and let us remain united in purpose and hope. These add color to your beautiful wings when you rise up higher. We may continue to honor our past, strengthen our present, and inspire future generations together. Dream big, stay focused, and never stop believing in yourself. The best chapters of your life journey are still ahead. Congratulations to the class of 2026. May your future be filled with success, happiness, and meaningful service to humanity. Thank you, and Jai Sriman Narayan.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Indraji, for your very inspiring speech to our graduates. We are honored to have you, and I am sure your message is reached to our young generation, and this will continue as they move to the next phase of their life. I know we are still having our new graduates coming in, but at this time I would like to have our volunteers go and recognize our guests first, then we'll go recognizing our seniors, our graduates. We have a small token of love from us. This is called khada. Khada is a very traditional scarf that is usually given to honor guests. Next, we have a national anthem ceremony, so I would like to call upon my national anthem singer, Aradhana Nyopane. If you all can stand, please kindly stand. And if you can, take your hat off your head. This is what we are raising through slowly, right? Many of us were born outside this country. We came to this country through refugee resettlement program. Many of your parents came through that process, almost all of our parents. And as we grow in a new society, there is a chance to learn new things and adopt new things. This is one of the steps of learning new things and being responsible and respectful to the country where we live and survive. Thank you, Aradhana, once again. As we move ahead, I would like to invite my next guest. I don't want to read a lot about my next guest because my next guest is going to have a lot of things to share with you. She is one of our inspiring college students. If I say all of our girls will have nothing to say, so I'll just leave it here, but I would like to invite Visista Acharya to the podium. Okay, and then Visista is currently, Visista is currently a Princeton University student. She will say more about her. Let me pass space to her.
Good evening, everyone, graduates, families, friends. First of all, congratulations. You did it, and I mean that in the fullest sense of these words. Not just the grades or the diploma, but everything that it took to get here. I'm not too far ahead of you. 1 year ago, I was in the exact same position that you were in, probably feeling some mix of excitement and nerves and relief, wondering what comes next. So I can't really give you all the answers, and I'm not here to pretend I have it all figured out. I'm here to give you something maybe just a bit more useful, the view from just one step ahead. Here's the first thing I want to tell you. Independence is harder than it looks and more beautiful than you expect. When I got to college, I thought I knew what freedom meant. No calls from my mom telling me it's late and I need to come home. No Monday, Friday classes for 8 hours straight. And yes, that part is real, but what no one warns you about is that freedom comes with its full weight. You have to choose everything. What to study, when to sleep, whether to go to the extra lecture or skip it, whether to do your laundry or leave it piling in the basket. And at first, all those choices can feel paralyzing. You might make the wrong decisions sometimes, and you have to choose to move forward and grow from them. But here's what you learn. Navigating change isn't about getting it right every single time. It's about building the muscle to keep going when you don't. Every time you figure something out on your own, you become a little bit more sure of yourself. Change stops being something that happens to you and starts becoming something that you move through. That shift is one of the most important things that will happen to you. The second thing I want to share is this. You're going to discover things about yourself that you had no idea were there. I came into college thinking I knew what I was interested in. I was wrong, and that might have been the best thing to happen to me. I found myself drawn into ideas in fields I never thought to explore before. I learned new, brilliant ideas from friends, professors, researchers, and more. I sat in lectures and felt genuinely moved by things I was learning. That feeling, that spark, it's worth chasing. Say yes to the class that seems outside of your plan. Go to the talk that doesn't obviously apply to what you're studying. Join a club you feel wildly overqualified for. Let yourself be surprised by what you learn. Your curiosity is a compass. You must let it direct you. The third thing, and perhaps the most important, is to find your people. This is one thing I can't overstate. College can be big and loud and overwhelming, and it's very easy to feel alone in the middle of a crowd. But your people are there. The ones who will sit with you through hard weeks. The ones who will challenge you and believe in you at the same time. The ones you'll be calling 5 years from now when something big happens in your life. These relationships are the most precious, and they won't always be what you expect. Sometimes they're found in the most unexpected rooms. A club you almost didn't join, a conversation you almost didn't start. Stay open, and most importantly, be the person who reaches out. Community just doesn't happen to you. You build it, one small act of showing up at a time. So, congratulations, graduates. And here's what I hope you carry with you. Change will be hard, and you're capable of it. You'll grow in directions you didn't plan for, and that's a gift. And somewhere in the next chapter, you'll find people who make the whole journey worth it. The next part of your life will ask a lot of you. but you've already proven, just by being here, that you're someone who rises to what is asked. Congratulations.
Wonderful. Look at that. We would like to see you next year speaking that way here for our next year graduates. Thank you, the sister. That was wonderful. So now I'm calling my next speaker. My next speaker, before I really introduce him, I just want to say how proud I am today. He's one of my students that I taught him in the 10th grade. And today I'm standing here and calling him as a special guest to this special event. That's such a blessing to me. Because to have your student in this higher level position or in portfolio where they are here to mentor you, I think that is what teachers and parents always wanted you to be. Because we teach students and we hope to see them growing, but we also find them in the path of our life, what they have accomplished. So I'm going to invite my dear student, Charan Subedi. Charan Subedi is a very well-known person in the community for many of us. Many of us, we know him as Charan Dai because he's a runner, he runs. He has been running all across the world. Charan is also an entrepreneur. He is present in most of our community events. He was born in Bhutan, raised in refugee camp. Charan began his education in the refugee camp. After resettling in the United States in 2008, he faced many challenges, but through hard work and determination, he graduated with honors from Penn State University in chemical engineering and later earned his full scholarship for his master's degree in material science and engineering. Today, Charan is a senior scientist and engineer at Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. He is also an accomplished athlete, as I said, who has completed more than 6 marathons, full marathon, along with other things that he does. And he also did London Marathon last time in April, right? Am I correct? And he's preparing for Berlin Marathon. So it is such an honor to invite Charan to the podium to share his words of wisdom to you all. Charan, this place is yours.
Thank you, Jumna sir. Yes, he is my teacher in grade 10. Thank you for all the education, all the good things, or moral ethical things that he taught me that brings me here today. Good evening, everyone, expected guests, teachers, officers, public servants, and most importantly, the incredible 2026 graduates. And thank you again, Juma sir, for the intro. Honestly, if you had told me 10 years ago that I would be standing here today working as an R&D scientist at a tech company, I would laugh at your face and say, yeah, right, I'm not going to. But before I go any further, I would like to talk about something we all share. We all know our roots, like many of us. Of my age, from our community, we were born in Bhutan, lived as a refugee for 16, 17 years, and immigrated to the US as a refugee. That's not just a minor details in our life. The journey literally made us who we are. It taught us how to be resilient, how to be patient, and how to keep pushing forward when things get tough. My own journey took a massive turn when I arrived in the next country at the age of 22, at an age where most people are just trying to have fun, parties, and live comfortably. I had to make a tough choice. I chose to sacrifice that comfort for a bit and invest in my future. For me, that meant focusing on education. When I first started out, I had zero technical skills. I have never seen a computer in my life until I was 22 years. I had absolutely no corporate experience. All I really had is curiosity, grit, and a strong belief that education could actually change my life. And let's be real, it's incredibly hard. There are so many times I felt completely out of the control, depressed. There were late nights, endless stress, and moments where I doubted myself, but I thought I just keep grinding. Step by step, I kept moving forward and earned my chemical engineering degree and eventually master's degree with full scholarship. But even after graduating from a college, things didn't happen overnight. It actually took me a while to find a job, between navigating a system, dealing with my accents. There were plenty of roadblocks, but I kept my hopes up, keep trying, and finally landed a job that I have now. Today, I have been there for 14 years and counting, moving up through multiple titles and taking different responsibilities. And honestly, the most beautiful part of my job isn't the title. It is the innovation, the curiosity, and the flexibility it gives me. It allows me to run, like he said, I'm a runner, to plan for an active life. I like to inspire everybody what active living is and healthy lifestyle is, and keeps teaching me how to stay happy with what I have. Now my path looks a little different from my family's. Most of them are in business. They are entrepreneurs and they are doing amazing, but they have no time. But sometimes it feels like our community tells you, you have to start a business because that's the only way to be successful. I am here to tell you, graduates, that's not just true. There is no single path to success where you want to go to healthcare, tech, business, or something completely out of the box. What actually matters is building a solid foundation first. That's what my advice to you is super simple. Invest in your education. If you can finish at least your bachelor degree, it's going to give you the knowledge, the confidence, and tools to make smart decisions. No matter what you decide to do in the future, having educational foundation is the root of success. But look, education isn't just about studying the textbook. While you are out there learning, stay active, take care of your health, both mental and physical, and stay connected to your family and community. Because at the end of the day, success isn't just what you achieve. It's about the person you eventually become. Because as we start this next chapter, just keep two things in mind. Life is way better than a paycheck. Success isn't just about how much money you make. It is about your values, character, living a life you can actually be proud. When your work aligns with who you are, you find a kind of happiness the money just can't buy. Second, never ever forget where you come from. Your roots matters. Your family and your community matters. Nobody makes it at the top alone. We need to lift each other, support each other, and celebrate when one of us wins. In my family, we always say we grow together and we grow happier. I really hope you guys take that to heart. To class 2026, believe in yourself, stay curious, never stop learning, and stay grounded in where you come from. Define success to your own terms, not by what everyone else expects you to become or you to be. Whenever life takes you next, never forget that you have already overcome so much just to get there. You are accepted for doing You are capable of doing incredible things in your life. Congratulations, graduates. I'm so proud of every single of you, and thank you, and it's an honor to be here. Thank you, everybody. God bless.
I will repeat this again. As a teacher, as a former teacher, what else do you like your students to come and say and speak about their life? What an honor it is, Charan, to have you again. There's a very common saying, I think it's very common in Nepali culture, but also in I think many cultures, there are only two people who are always proud but never jealous about you. They are your teachers and your parents. Because they want you to be successful in life, they want you to achieve the heights, right? And your friends may well miss you, but there are friends who really want you to drop down, you take their spot, you take your spot, right? But teachers and parents are those people, they will never jealous about what you are doing, but they will always inspire you, always force you to do things. And when they see your students climbing up high, they always feel proud. And that is my emotion today, because I was happy to have children here. So we'll be happy to have you come here to speak in the years to come. That is our hope, okay? So to continue the spirit of this inspiration, I would like to invite my next speaker. I know she's getting ready somewhere. I don't see her. Well, I saw her. But what we decided to do is we decided to bring some of our community speakers and also our guests, but also we'd like to hear from our graduating class of 2026. We kind of reached a couple of students to see if they're willing to speak, but there was one student who said, yeah, okay, if nobody's there, I can do it, right? So I'm going to read a little bit about her before she comes to the podium. Aditi Pakrel was born in India and came to the United States when she was 18 months old. And today she is graduating. Wow, time flies, right, Aditi? She recently graduated from Reynoldsburg High School and is aspiring to be a lawyer. She got accepted and will be attending Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. In high school, she was co-captain of robotics team, president of Leo Club, where she raised over $28,000 for pediatric cancer research and awareness. Wow, when you were in high school. That is why we like people like Aditi to inspire you. Okay? She also achieved national recognition for business professionals in America. She was also a part of Montreal and Model UN representing North Korea. I know she has done a lot of work, but she is going to share with you. Aditi, this place is yours.
Okay, hopefully you can see me. I'm a little bit short. Good afternoon, fellow graduates, friends, family. My name is Aditi Pakrel, and like he said, I graduated from Reynoldsburg High School. Some of you graduated from Reynoldsburg High School alongside me. Others graduated from Lincoln Heights or countless other schools in the area. Our high school careers were connected by the halls we walked or the classes we took. We were Our high school careers weren't connected by the halls we walked or the classes we took. We weren't connected by lunch tables or the clubs we spent 4 years stressing over. Our experiences were connected by something much larger than 4 years spent at the same school. My life, like many of yours, began in the refugee camps. That's where I was born and spent the first 18 months of my life living until I was resettled. That part of my story isn't unique. It's an experience that many of us share. Resettlement came at a large cost to my family and our community. Our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and other relatives left the only lives they'd ever known in order to provide us with opportunities they never had themselves. It is through those sacrifices that we were able to cross the stage at our respective graduations earlier this year and walk towards our future. But while we are looking to start our future, we can't forget about the past. In the early 1980s through the 1990s, the king and the government of Bhutan implemented the One Nation, One People policy. This policy stated that all Bhutanese have to dress like the king, speak the same language as the king, and follow the same customs and religion as the king. This policy also labeled the Nepali-speaking Bhutanese as illegal immigrants. This caused over 1/6 of Bhutan's population to flee and leave the country. For around 18 years, our families lived in the refugee camps until they were eventually resettled. Our community was scattered across 7 countries. family was resettled in Colorado Springs, Colorado. We stayed there until I was in first grade, which is when my family moved once again. We moved to Columbus, simply because that's where our family lived and that's where our community was choosing to move. Now I'm getting ready to move again, like many of you guys. We're about to start pursuing our futures, getting ready to write the next chapter in the book of our lives. We're going to be scattered again. Some of us are going to OSU, staying close by, while others are going to college hours away, while others are going to trade school or have chosen a different path for the future. We are taking the first steps into adulthood, independence, and ultimately the rest of our lives. We're no longer the kids that were playing outside of the mud there waiting for our grandparents or parents to drive us home. We're the ones driving. Slowly but surely, in an unremarkable way, we all grew up. So, congratulations, class of 2026. I can't wait to see where life takes us.
This thing has to move up and down, sorry guys. Congratulations, Aditi, for graduating, and thank you for the wonderful speech. I am sure many of you are here probably have been lingering, how did Aditi get to speak and why not me, right? If there's interest among you, please let me know. We can still put you in a spot, but I don't want to put anybody in a spot by calling your names. I know there are wonderful speakers here because I know 60% of you very well. We have been in the same school for some time, but this was wonderful. I know sometimes, as Indraji was telling at the beginning, we always have to fight, connect to our roots. Where did we come from? What is our background? Oftentimes the road is not always the same straight road. It's curving, there are a lot of ups and downs, there are a lot of speed breakers. And every time you hit yourself with a speed breaker, think about where did I come from? What is my background? What I'm hating or hate to do? That is a very important aspect as you move ahead. I know you don't want to listen to the lectures, right? Because you have listened to these lectures for 10, 11, 12 years. Now you're ready to do something else a little different. So, and you're all on the road, you're right on the track. Okay, I'm going to invite, actually to the next part of our program, we have a song, a Nepali song. But before we do, I think we have now house full of our graduates who sign up. We'd like to honor you by awarding a khada. We have volunteers, girls volunteers who are willing to help with us. So I would call upon my volunteer group to kindly come to the front, get the khada from me and honor our sisters and brothers. You can be seated there, they will come by your way and they will put a khada on you. And again, you might have received so many khadas in your lifetime. Right? You might have received so many tokens in lifetime. Today's event is very much different than anything else. This is a community that is celebrating, this is a collective celebration of your achievement. We are so proud that you have reached this milestone. I know there are so many students looking at you who will be graduating, will be sitting here in these chairs, getting honored next year and the years to come. But this is the first type of event we have done here. So I really hope that these khadas will find a place on the wall somewhere, or maybe in the closet somewhere, because please don't throw them, take them with you. This is an honor the community has awarded you, okay? By saying that, I'd like to invite my volunteers. I think I lost my volunteers. Come on. And as you get to the khada ceremony, I would like to request at this time, our next speaker will be Dr. Jay Anand from Ohio State University. Before I call you to the stage, I'll just give you some time. Your time is coming soon. Yeah, we'll be calling you to the stage. But again, we have a singer who is also ready to perform, but in the meantime, our girls will go and award khada to our graduates. I know Aradhana is singing, performing a song. Aradhana, are you somewhere here? Do we have to set up this track? Because we can't continue the singing with following. again, our graduates, these khadas are very special. You have never received a khada for your graduation. This is your first time, so please keep them, preserve them, treasure them, okay? This is the most challenging job I've ever taken, holding this microphone. I wish I don't have to, but I have to, right? Thank you,
Bluetooth
Anna.
disconnected.
It's wonderful.
Bluetooth pairing.
Okay. We all relax a little bit, right? I know listening lectures are not fun, but the person that I'm calling next, you'll be mesmerized listening to him, not just because he has so many credits to share with you, but he has a wisdom to share with you. So now it's my great honor to introduce next distinguished speaker, Professor Jaideep Anand from the Ohio State University. Go Buckeye, I will say Buckeye. So Dr. Anand is a William S. Davis Chair and Dean Distinguished Professor of Strategy at Fisher College of Business, and he also served as an academic director of the Center for Innovation Strategies. Dr. Anand is an internationally respected scholar, teacher, and thought leader in the field of business strategy. Before joining the Ohio State University, he served at the faculty at the University of Michigan's Ross School of Business. He earned his Bachelor of Technology degree in Mechanical Engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology in New Delhi, India, and later earned his Master's degree and PhD from Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. His areas of expertise include corporate growth, mergers, acquisition, joint ventures, strategic alliances, global strategy, and strategy implementation. Over the years, Dr. Anand has consulted and conducted executive education programs with companies around the world, working across more than a dozen countries in Africa, the Americas, Asia, and Europe. His scholarship and expertise have been recognized not only in academic circles, but also in national and international media. He has appeared on major television and radio networks, including ABC, NBC, CBS, and National Public Radio, and his work has been referenced by leading outlets such as BBC Radio, The Economist, Financial Times, Forbes, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the USA Today, and the list goes on and on. Dr. Anand has received numerous awards of his research, teaching, and contribution to management knowledge. He also has served as an important leadership role in the management, including elected chair of the International Management Division of the Academy of Management, the largest academic association in the field. He currently serves in senior editorial roles for the leading academic journal and continues to contribute to the scholarship leading and global business education. For our graduates, having a scholar, educator, and global leader like Dr. Anand is truly special. His journey reminds us education, discipline, vision, and hard work. So you all will listen from him next. May I have the pleasure to invite you here, sir?
Thank you so much. I'm really humbled to be here and to be invited to this wonderful ceremony. I'm really touched by the story of your families, your own stories, your successes, and to be in this beautiful temple of learning, surrounded by your gods and goddesses, gives me so much pride. I'm so happy to be here. So since I was so excited to be here, I decided to prepare a long speech. So this will take me no more than an hour or hour and a half. No, just kidding. I was just big sigh of relief, guys. I was told to talk for about 5 minutes, and I'll stay within that. So don't worry too much. But let's also acknowledge, as we get started, the wonderful achievements of our graduates. But as the old saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. So to the family, to the community, to this temple, can we have a big round of applause? And one of the things that I'd like to just acknowledge right now is that there is a lot of stress in this new generation. I think it is always stressful to have change as you graduate from high school and you start leading your life more independently, whether you go to college or you start working or you do whatever. You are moving from childhood to adulthood, and that is tough. It has always been tough, but it is particularly tough now because we think about artificial intelligence. We think about all the challenges of the future economy. We think about geopolitics. We think about the backlash against our community in this country and in other countries. We think about climate change. We think about so many things. It is very stressful. And I know I have children like you. They are very stressed, and I'm stressed for that as well. But when there is change when there is uncertainty, let's think about Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. It is not the biggest animal that survives. It is not the smartest animal that survives. It's not the strongest animal that survives. The one that survives is the most adaptable. So times are changing. The old formulas may not be rewarded anymore. Maybe there will be some new things that will be required from us in terms of building our human capital. So let's be flexible. Let's be ready to pivot. Let's be creative. Let's be entrepreneurial, and so on. Not just taking for granted what has worked for previous generations, and the old formula may not work that much anymore. So that is just a small thing I wanted to share with you. I also reflect on my own experience. As I was sitting there looking at all of you, I was reminded of when I finished school. When I finished school, I was about 16 years old. I did not have such a wonderful ceremony. My parents never came to say bye to me, at the end of this thing. But when I look at my life, there are two periods of my life that are truly blissful for me, that I consider blessings. And the first one is the first 16 years of my life. Of course, I don't remember all of them because I was too young in the beginning. But the time that I spent with my parents and my family were really, really some of the best memories I carry with me. And the second time was when I had my own family. I got married and my own children. And all the days that I spent, all the evenings I spent playing, and doing all kinds of things with my kids, that's the second set of most beautiful memories. So as you move away, assert your independence as you must, but also remember your parents, your family, just like all of the speakers have told you, and remember your community. That's our strength. We have to be strong. We have to remember our faith. We have to remember our families. We have to remember what we stand for. We stand for education. We stand for knowledge. And even when we pray, we light a fire so that we get rid of ignorance, we get rid of darkness. And that is exactly our strength as we go on. Sometimes things seem so difficult, so challenging. It reminds me of a few years ago, a couple of years ago, I went to Nepal to trek to the Everest base camp. The first day, I was too tired. I just numbingly walked through. The second day, I looked up and I saw these mountains. They were enormous. And I said, look at me, I'm this little person, and these huge mountains. How can I do this? How can I, conquer this thing? And I felt a little bit, I don't know, some of you may be familiar with Arjun's dilemma. Arjun in Mahabharata looked at the enemy and he said, how can I fight against all these amazing warriors? I'm just a little, one person, and all these people are the people who taught me. They are much better than me. How can I deal with this? And I went to sleep very tired thinking about this thing. In the morning when I woke up, in my half-day state, I remembered something, that what Arjun needed was Krishna. And my father's name, my deceased father, my late father, his name was Krishna. I said, what would Krishna have said? What would my father have said to me when I encountered this? And I realized, I know exactly what he would have said. He said, don't look up, look down. Take one step, and then take the next step. And then you take the next step after that. One by one, you will conquer the world. Just think about what to do next. Don't worry about the ultimate goal. Think about the action that is under your control. Right? So, the last thing I wanted to mention is a very practical, small thing, and I hope at least some of you will try this out. I know it's very difficult for you to do this, but do an experiment if you can. And my simple advice is, no matter where you are, go to bed early. I don't know why it works, but I wish somebody had given me that advice when I was going to college. I spent a lot of late nights in college, and that was the genesis of all my problems in life. So somehow, if you do go to bed early, it sets up a sequence of events that makes everything fall together. If you don't believe me, try it for 2 weeks, maybe try it for 1 week. See if it works for you. All right, that's a very simple practical advice. But enough of all the advice. It's also time to celebrate. And once again, congratulations to you and your families. Thank you very much for having us.
I'll just let you set it down slowly. I know I was looking at your eyes when the last advice was coming, when the practical advice was coming. And then somebody said, what? Go to bed early? What? Right? But I think that's a practical experience you all can do because now you're adults. You are in control of yourself. Until yesterday, your parents were behind you. As the sister was telling earlier that you get a call from mom, it's bedtime, go to bed, right? Come to the dinner. But I think those sounds you will hear rarely now because you'll be all by yourself. You have to cook yourself, you have to prepare yourself, you have to live your journey by yourself. And the messages that Dr. Anand gave you were all practical for you. And I hope you keep up this as you walk in the next phase of your life. I don't want to take a long time to reiterate what our speakers have said, but this was a wonderful message to you all. I'm very sure that this will find a place in our life as you move ahead. Now, we have few more speakers, and I'm sure each of the speakers will give you some new things that you will carry in your life. That is what our intention. But our next speaker brings a very different perspective, a very important perspective in the community of safety, service, and trust. For many immigrants and refugee families, building life in a new community can be both hopeful, but can also be challenging. And it's the same thing with your parents and my parents, with my siblings and all. Language barriers, unfamiliar systems to overcome differences in experiences with authority, and sometimes make it difficult to understand how to connect with local communities. For many years in our community, for many of us in our community, law enforcement may carry a painful historical meaning because of the past experience we have, your parents have. With those powers were involved in fear, displacement, and forced eviction from our homeland. Because of that history, trust takes time. But here, we have an opportunity to build new relationship rooted in safety, service, communication, and cultural understanding. With that spirit, it is my distinct pleasure to invite our next speaker, Sergeant James Wills, from Brasala Police Department. Sergeant Wills has served in the law enforcement for 21 years and has been with Brasala Police Department since 2010, serving a patrolman, detective, and now patrol sergeant. Most recently, he graduated from the Ohio State University, John Wayne College of Public Affairs, and the Safety Leadership Academy for Law Enforcement. As a part of the program, he completed a capstone project, which will be an interesting part of your academic journey in the life to come, boys and girls. That project was focused on creating Buddhist Nepali community engagement program for Brasala Police Department. This is an initiative aimed to strengthen the trust, improving communication, and promoting that cultural understanding among law enforcement officers. So this is my distinct honor to invite Officer James here and share his experience of working with the community for all the messages to all.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sergeant James Wiles with the Brasala Police Department. Also with me is Officer Tony Wisniewski. He has been with the police department for about 15 years now. I want to first off say it's an honor to be here today and to celebrate this special moment with you guys. You've reached this milestone in your life and you're on to the next big chapter. So to all the graduates, congratulations today. Let's give them a round of applause. Today's a day to be proud of everything you've accomplished. It's a lot of hard work, sacrifices. It's also a time to thank your parents, families, teachers, mentors that have gotten you to this point, who have supported you and helped you reach this milestone. As you move on to the next chapter of your life, remember these simple things. You've heard these already, right? Work hard, keep learning, never stop learning. That is important, okay? And be kind to others. Success is not just about what you achieve for yourself, it's also about how you help other people around you. There will be challenges ahead of you, but don't be afraid of them. Goals and keep moving forward even when things get difficult. Again, congratulations to the class of 26. This is a proud moment for you guys. All right? Thank you again. And Officer Kuznetsky again.
These are some hard acts to follow. So, just listening to what everybody has been saying the whole time, it seems like there's universal truths in regards to what everyone is saying. One of them is community, one of them is your parents, the other one is the pride that you guys have in your community and your culture. I think that that's not very much different from anybody else. I think, as everybody else has said, those are the things that are going to get you through. The young lady said something about independence. Who's all going to OSU, if anybody? Okay, OH. I'm going to age myself now. OSU class of 2010. Not just for OSU, but it's going to be the most difficult and best time of your young life. Back to her point, she's talking about discipline. You have no clue. But what comes with learning that discipline is it's that pride that you guys are going to instill in yourselves to be able to get to your classes, to be able to do it for yourselves, to be able to do all these things that your parents are used to doing for you. It builds that pride that you guys are full of. So I'm sure you're going to be fine. Go to football games. That's part of the culture, so make sure you do that. I know that not all of you guys are from Pascagoula. If you're outside of Pascagoula, welcome to Pascagoula. We're here to serve you guys. You guys are becoming a huge part of our community, and we love that. We're excited to have that grow and the relationship between us grow. So we're always here for you if you need us. And I think that the plan is to kind of grow that relationship through the temple, which is beautiful. And all of you graduates, you look great. So that's all I got. Anything else?
Yeah, speak a little bit. So just to kind of go off what was said earlier, I recently just graduated from a leadership academy that's through the Ohio State University, the John Glenn Public Affairs. It's a law enforcement leadership academy. During that time, we had each student, we had 30 students in our class, and they were all over the state of Ohio. That state highway patrols, your troopers, deputy sheriffs, as well as municipality police officers like myself and Officer Kuznetsky. During that time, each student had to take on a capstone project. We had to recognize something in our communities that we needed to work on. One thing that was near and dear to me was just like Officer Kuznetsky said, you guys are a growing community for us and your residents here. So we want to be able to engage you guys and vice versa, you guys engage us, so we can bridge that gap and have that trust. Okay, we are big on community policing here in the United States, especially in our city here in Ohio. So you guys will see a lot of us. We want to start building programs for the youth, so we can have that engagement and youth involved with the residents as well. We can take time to do trainings, so everybody has a better understanding of one another. So that's our goal. This is something that's I'm going to be working on as well as Officer Kuznetsky. He's going to be helping me. And then we've got, as well as Luan, we've been in touch, and we've got a lot of great things coming. And then I've been in contact with Luna Adapari from Reynoldsburg Police Department. She has also been involved heavily with their agency with building a community engagement program with their police department as well. So I'll be working alongside with her as well to get this going. So again, congratulations to each of you. And just to kind of add to the great advice I was given about going to federal, also work in naps. Get your naps in. Stay true to those, okay? Because those will help throughout the day. All right? Again, congratulations. Let's give another round of applause.
Okay, one more piece of advice. You'll have a bag full of advice by the time you walk out of this door. Okay? So, next one, thank you officers for your wonderful, I don't know why I'm friendly with you today, because they know I'm not the person that uses this one. I have a loud voice that should cover enough, but for the purpose of this, I'm doing it for this. Okay, we're glad you're here today, and we're glad everybody's here today. Our next is, we're going to entertain you a little bit, because I think I will not say bored, because you're getting all these new tips. It's almost important to have tips in life, because you will have to build up this one and get it ready for next year, so give someone tips by yourself. So make your playlist well, okay? So we have an amazing group of dancers. I would like to invite those dancers to the front. Hello dancers, I would like to invite you to the front. They don't do it.
Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth
Okay.
connected.
So after this, we will go to the next phase of the program, but here I would like to present a Nepali dance. This dance is being practiced here in the temple, and the teachers are here. Mrs. Kanal is there. She's an amazing dance teacher. So these are the kids who practice here, come to the Nepali class, and also learn dances. And so this place is not just for praying, this is also a place where you learn Nepali language, where you learn this culture. So we are presenting here a dance that is being taught here at the temple.
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth pairing.
Thank you, wonderful performance. I may not have the gift of mesmerizing the audience in that fabulous way, but I had an honor to invite such an interesting person to the stage, where many of the audience were actually graduates, know her very well. So I'm going to invite my co-worker, my very good friend, Melissa Carter, to the stage. Before I have her on the podium, I would like to read a little bit about her background. So, Melissa Carter works for Licking Heights High School. She's a very strong administrative body in the district. Melissa Carter is a community leader, educator, and public servant dedicated to creating opportunities and strengthening connection. She's a 4-year veteran of the United States Air Force, served 9 years as an elected member of the Pataskala City Council, and currently serves as a city on the Licking Regional Water Board. As I said, she works for Licking Heights High School. And she leads a very wonderful program, which is very strong, very strenuous, but she is the only single person that handles the whole program for the district, what we call diaspora. Diaspora is a mini world. It's a combination of the cultures all across the world, where students from all different backgrounds perform and exhibit that show to our parents and community. When I joined Licking Heights in 2024, my first time witnessing that show took me back to Nepal and back to my young life, where we used to dance and do all this cultural stuff. I've never thought those things would happen in the United States in schools like Licking Heights. So that is all true, but the reason behind is what Ms. Carter has. And I don't want to say a lot about her. She has a lot of things to say, but it's an honor to have you to the podium, my friend.
Hi guys. So I see a lot of familiar faces out there. I'm most commonly known as Miss Carter. It's probably, of all the things I've done over the time, is my favorite thing, is to be known as Miss Carter by you guys. So I'm not going to stand up here and give you a ton of advice or tell you what to do with kids. You're not going to listen to me anyhow, right? Here's what I'm going to tell you. I am called to public service. I believe deeply in my core that the most important change that can be made is at our local level, within our own communities. When I was very young, I grew up, we were very, very poor. We didn't have any money. And I was never a college-bound student. My family was working class, factories, that sort of thing. And so when I left high school, the expectation was simply to get a job. And I grew up in a small town that had no university whatsoever. So for me, I just felt like there was just something missing, such a huge piece missing. And so I joined the United States Air Force. And it was the single best decision I ever made in my life. What it did for me, and what I hope you guys get to experience as you go off to college and you visit different areas of our country and this world, is that it opened my mind and my heart to the incredible different backgrounds and perspectives of people all across the world. Things you don't get to see every day. And with that experience, it really changed me at the core of who I was and what I thought I wanted to give back to the world. So as my family ended up in Pataskala, I too am not from here. I've been here 20-some years now. I started at the local level. I started volunteering at the school long before I worked there. Levies, that landed me into the city of Pataskala City Council role, where I got to meet a lot of friends who I still hold to this day. And I'm going to tell you guys, it is not instant gratification, okay? You are going to have to work hard. There's going to be setbacks and things take a long time. But if you persevere through that, and you give, you will see an incredible outcome. There's no greater satisfaction than getting to live in a city where you see behind the scenes, you have made such an impact. You get to go through trails that didn't exist before for people to walk on, better intersections, better roadways, a more robust police department that really cares about our community. Through that, I ended up at Twin Heights. And that's where it finally all came together for me. As the club advisor for the Culture Identity Club, I get to work with students like you, and I think all the time, what can I possibly tell them? What would I have to offer them? They've already experienced more hardship and struggle than some people who've lived here their whole lives have ever experienced. But I am constantly inspired by you guys to watch the level of commitment to your communities and your culture, and to continue to proudly display that and go out into the world and make it a better place to be. Your character won't grow when things are easy. It's gonna take hardship. It's only when things are hard that you really gain wisdom, okay? But that wisdom, invest that back into your community. There's so many ways to get involved. And there's no greater satisfaction for someone like me than to watch my former graduates and students come home. And I get to see where they've been, and I get to see what they put back in this community. You guys, we need you. This country needs you. And you have so much, you have so much to offer. So, go to college and do all the things. But remember, at the end of the day, there's always more takers than there are givers. Oh, my kids get so sick of hearing this. But we have to be givers, okay? So come back and give and make sure that it's in, okay?
Three more tips, right? We still have some more time. I'm saying it, please build up your playlist, we need it later on. Okay? Thank you, Mr. Carter, for this. Again, I keep saying Mr. Carter because you all call him Mr. Carter. I could have called him Mel, but you all call him Mr. Carter. Why should I offend that, right? As we move to the next part of the program, I would like to invite a dancer, probably a singer. I know Energy was telling me that somebody has interest in dancing. It's not on the list there because I want to add something new. Because I want to feel you hungry because you have fabulous dishes ready. So if you make it a little longer, you will feel more hungry, you will eat more. You have to feed your food belly before you go from here. Okay? So, ready? You have your trust. So our next performer is Dipti Bagwell. I will not say more about what she does. I have seen her dance a lot of time, and you'll be mesmerized about that. told you something interesting is coming. So I have next one. I want to offer this space to Rista Sapkota, Liquid High graduate. She asked me if she can be given 2 to 3 minutes time. So I welcome Rista to come and share your few words to the group.
Hello everyone. Sorry to interrupt. I didn't have any speech prepared today. This is all just on a whim. I felt that I had to speak up today. I moved here at the very young age of 9 months old. I have no recollection of my home country, not in the way that my parents have, not in the way that I have seen others have. I have not struggled the same way that my family has. My parents who moved here to give me, and like your parents who have moved here to give you a better education, are unable to actually witness me give this speech today because they are still at work, busy trying to make money to support me and my financial education in the future as I move on to Ohio State University. However, I wanted to speak up and I wanted to inform you guys of this because it is such an important thing that in our community we all have filial piety. All of us must learn that it is important that we support and we care for those who have supported and cared for us. Where there is righteousness, there is victory. Where there is dharma, you will continue to find success. So believe in yourself and believe in our community, believe in our culture and believe in our religion. You are capable of so many good things in this world. I remember that when I was starting off high school, I felt that I might end up being a dropout with how horrendous my grades were. And I'm sure many of you have been at a similar position at some point in your life. Even today, this year, as I was graduating, I was worried. I was like, what if I don't get enough scores? What if I don't have enough achievements or gratefulness or something of that sort? What if I'm below all of my peers? What if I'm unable to make it this far? And yet, here I stand today, my diploma in my house framed up on the wall. Here I stand today with ready, knowing that my future will contain higher education and that I will move on to do good things and great things in life. Perhaps my name may not go down in the history books like some people here might, but I have left evidence, I have left my footprints on this earth informing them that I am here, and I have stood here and I have sought, and I have spoken, and I have lived my life, and I haven't left it all behind. Knowledge gives you humility, and you should keep this in mind. You have the opportunity to learn. You have already learned. Many of you here have surpassed your parents who have probably not even received a high school diploma. I know I have, and I'm pursuing an education that will put me at a level of knowledge that may be above my family. Yet my family's wisdom will always overpower mine because I have not lived as long as they have, and I have not learned as much as they have. Please keep in mind that you must also have humility in your education. Do not think that just because you have gone on and learned 4 years of college and maybe even past that and gotten your diploma and your bachelor's, your master's, your doctorate, that you are better than everyone else around you. You are not. All of us are equal. All of us are equal. A bird has to leave its nest in order to fly. And you are doing that right now as you move on to pursue your future careers and your future education and jobs, and maybe perchance some of you here are even going into the military. It is important. You must remember to learn all of these things. I wanted to speak up here today because I wanted to inform you all of one very important message, and I feel like this is something that some of you may understand now, and some of you may understand years into the future. But it is this. You are capable. I know I've said it before, but you really are capable. Okay, look at how far you've come. When you first started here, you could barely take 2 steps. And look at you now, you've graduated, you have a diploma in your hands, you're moving on to better things. You're moving on to bigger things in life. Keep in mind that as you go on, there are people around you that will continue to care and support, and there are people around you that will not care at all about what you do. It is your job, your responsibility, and it is your choice what type of person you choose to become. You can either become a criminal, or you can become a great man, a great woman, a great leader. It is all up to you. So I wanted to leave you with this message. Please, everyone here, congratulations to our 2026 graduates. I hope you all go on to do great things, and I hope I get to see you all in the future with your heads standing tall and all of you with many, many achievements to support you. Thank you.
That was actually spontaneous from her. She didn't prepare it. She was not asked to prepare it. Okay? And this is what you are being taught in school. Thank you, Nikki High, for educating Krista this way. Thank you all the schools all across Ohio helping our kids coming to this stage. So now I would like to go to our final speaker of the day. You probably might have guessed, and I know guest has guessed. This is my turn now. So I'm going to read a little bit about our background, because some of these backgrounds are very important for us because we connect dots. We are here to listen to people so that way their achievement is something that we can mirror in our life, in your life. Yeah, I may be too old to say that, okay? But in your life, so that we'll see you in a similar person in the years to come. So, my next speaker, our next person to speak here at the podium is Honorable Megan Lawson, the state representative for the state 5th district, Ohio's 5th district. Representative Lawson has done a strong career in public service, community engagement, and advocacy. In 2019, she made a history in one of the first black women elected to the Reynoldsburg City Council and served as a council president in 2023. In 2024, she made a history again as the first black person elected to represent House District 5 in the Ohio House of Representatives, another achievement. Throughout her service, she had championed issues related to housing, equity, public health, community celebration, and strong opportunities for families. She also has recognized for her leadership and commitment to public service. For our graduates, the presence today here truly is meaningful. Her journey reminds us leadership begins service, courage, and commitment to the community. Please join me warmly welcoming our own chief guest and our own representative from Ohio.
Good afternoon. I'm not here by myself. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. Namaste. To the graduates, families, educators, and community leaders, it is an honor to join you today as Ohio State Representative, but more importantly, as a mother and a grandmother. Graduates, your future is important to me, not just because I serve in public office, but because I know that every young person deserves the opportunity to build a life filled with purpose, dignity, and hope. As a legislator, I spend my days working on issues that impact your families. Quality schools, affordable child care, healthcare access, safe communities, and economic opportunity. Why? Because I believe your zip code should not determine your destiny, and every young person should have a fair chance to pursue their dreams. Today, as we celebrate your achievement, I want to recognize the journey that brought you here. Many Bhutanese Nepali American families have demonstrated extraordinary resilience, courage, and perseverance. The sacrifices made by your parents and your grandparents, aunties and uncles, created opportunities for this generation to learn, grow, and thrive. Your diploma is not just your accomplishment. It is a reflection of your hopes and dreams of those who have come before you. So as you begin your next chapter, Roman, 3 things. First, honor your roots, your culture, your traditions, your language, and your family story. They're all sources of strength. That is what makes you unique. Second, use your voice, as you always have. Our democracy works best when everyone participates. Register to vote, please. Yes, register to vote. Not just the ones when it's the president, not just the ones when it's the government, every election. Some of my own ancestors faced barriers to voting that many young people today, sadly, are facing. Because others fought for that right, we have the responsibility to use it. Your voice matters, and your vote matters. Third, serve others. We heard from Ms. Carter about service. Success is not measured only by what you earn or achieve. It is measured by how you improve the lives of others around you. Find ways to give back. We heard about mentoring. We know that when we strengthen each other, we're strengthening our community. As a grandmother, I want you to know that I believe in your generation. I see your creativity, your compassion, and your determination. The future of Ohio and our nation is brighter because of you. Graduates, dream boldly, work hard, stay connected to your values, and never forget where you come from. Congratulations, class of 2026. Yes, congratulations. Your community is proud of you. Your families are proud of you. And I am very proud of you. May you go forward with courage, purpose, and hope. And one little thing I would like for our parents and our grandparents, aunties and uncles of our graduates, please stand. I want to recognize you. Please stand, yes. I want to recognize you because I know it is no small feat to get to today. So let's give them their flowers now. I'm speaking directly to you. I too know what it means to bring someone across the finish line for high school and for college. Funny story, my daughter used to call me in the middle of the night asking me to help her write her assignment. And I said, Nani, who's getting this diploma? Is it you or is it me? She said, we're getting this together, Mom. So I salute you. Thank you for getting our students across the finish line. You are my neighbors. I celebrate you. I stand with you. And if there is anything that I can do, may it just be something as small as a letter of recommendation or a letter of support. Let me know so that my office can truly support you outside. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Representative from Ohio House District 5. At this time, I would like to kindly request you to remain seated at wherever you are. We are going to transit slowly for our ceremony. As a part of token from the community, we have prepared certificates for you, and also a small token of love from the community, from the temple. So, as we join our ceremony, I will chunk you into three different sections. I'll be calling first few names, and as the names are being called, please come to the side so that we can go and receive our certificates. We all know that throughout your school life, I told you earlier this morning, earlier to the program also, that many of you have received so many certificates, right? I know your walls might have been already been covered by diploma, by certificates that you have received for your sports, for your, maybe your student of the month, student of the year, whatever. But the certificate that you are going to get from us today, I don't want to say it's a golden letter or printed in gold, but it really means it's coming from the community that celebrates your success. So I hope that certificate will find a place somewhere on the wall. Maybe when we accidentally visit you, sometime maybe we all live very close by, very commonly saying is we visit each other, right? You might see those certificates hanging in the wall. But what I want to very specifically stress is please keep these documents with you, not as a credential, but something, a token of love that the community has respected you and celebrated your achievement. I know 12 years of school is long, but I have been in school for lifelong. Okay? So schooling will never stop. At this age, I'm still a student. I'm a club guy, so when probably I'll see so many of you at OSU. But again, this is a collective celebration of your success again. So it's not that just because you graduate from particular school and you're done, but we always recognize you because we know, as our representative said, that we need you for every time. And again, the strong message is to go and vote. If you are not registered to vote, please register yourself. That is the first service of your community service. Cast your vote. This is your first time casting your vote, and you exercise your right. Okay. So with all those messages, I know you have prepared a very nice playlist of all those tips and tips for you for your next chapter of life. I'm going to call some of the names. Before that, I would like to call Dr. Jay Anand to the stage to award our first batch of certificates. And I also would like to call Mr. Gold Pegurul to help. I will call the names. In normal practice, is what we see is people go by their last name, right? But I want to just flip it the other way. I want to call a person with the first name with the last letter, okay? Now somebody is already guessing whose name is coming first. Yours and Bandari. Congratulations. Yours is a really high title. My next person is Sristi Kavli. Sristi Kavli. So I'm handing this certificate to Mr. Indra Pakalji. My next person is Sri Akhanal. Sewan Colorado, if you're here, Sewan is the meeting writer. Sogat Bastula is the only person from Yarnal Kids High School graduate one, only Nepali student that we have in the group. Likewise, I have Sowan Rimal. Sogat Rai, Samisha Adhikari. Thank you very much. Now I'll call next is our honorable chairperson, chief guest, invited to the stage. The first person here is Samiksha Oli. Right here. Roman Vishwa. Roman Rosan Adhikari. Rista Sapura. Then I have next is Rishabh Kavli. Also looking at graduates. Pratiksha Sharma from Western City School. Pratiksha. And Usam Katewara. They have the honor to have Mr. Charan Subedi and Praveen Virapati, if you're here. Pujan Adhikari. Pujan is one of the graduates. Next one is making high here. Prasamsa Gimere. Another hornet, Pravisa Bhattarai. And Malika Guru. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, sir. My next person here on the stage is Melissa Carter. And your own student, Lisa Porter from Little Heights. Kriti Dungyal from Carolyn Sister. Karina Rumal, Carolyn Sister. Justine Allenwater. Heights. And I have Elina Slaha from Licking High. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, everybody. Now I'll call Sergeant James to the stage. The student is Diksha Bhandari. Diksha is from Licking High. I call Vinisa Katel. Vinisa Katel is from Western City School. Vivek Karel, Licking High. Ramesh Dhimal, from Watkins Memorial. And Ayush Acharya from Licking High. Abari Kimsina, Diksha Kimsina. Asmita Acharya, Afsar Bania, Anisa Koirala, Aditi Bagwell. Ashutosh Kanal. Hi. And Ayush Kanal. Thank you, officer, and thank you, Sergeant, and thank you, officer. Once again, congratulations to all the graduates in the class of 2026. I don't have any advice to share with you because you have already enough, but I would like to call Mr. Bhuvan Thakral, the chairman of this organization, to express sincere words of thanks to our guests and to you all.
Namaste everyone. Namaste everyone. म चाहिँ नेपालीमा बोल्नु कि अंग्रेजीमा बोल्नु भने सबैले अंग्रेजीमा बोलेपछि सो आई डोन्ट नो whether to speak in English or नेपाली किनभने धेरैजना नेपाली मात्रै बुझ्नुहुन्छ सबैले अंग्रेजी मात्रै बोलाइ त्यति बेरसम्म because everyone spoke in English but there are many of us who speak only Nepali so I need to be fair and just that everybody understands मैले बोलेको सबैले बुझ्नु पर्यो नि हैन धन्यवाद धन्यवाद समस्या के छ भने the problem is this we started on time 5 o'clock we'll finish on time 7 o'clock we are strict on time so a lot of time I hear that Nepali time whatever time our time is whatever we tell that we'll do it so this is the proof all right so for that I'm also getting old so I have a glass now all right so first of all I'd like to thank all the guests for coming and speaking and each one of you gave the treasure for all our graduates like getting to bed early and not getting a call from parents and celebrating the success of the refugee life not even imagining that I could be a scientist today and living their life and also the Patraskala, the community in Patraskala is welcoming to immigrants and refugees in this environment today and experience of what it was the public life, volunteering the community, and finally, a success that we all want to achieve to become a public servant. All the guests are here today. Thank you for your time and coming to our meeting today. Second thing, we are proud of you, each one of you. And we are proud to call ourselves the Bhutanese American. Each one of them, they told to remember our roots. The Professor Dayanand telling, remember the Arjun when he was confused and getting to fight the war and finally won step by step. So this is all possible because so many volunteers work today and for many days to make this event successful. First of all, many thanks to Indra Dakalji for imagining this, and this is his idea, this is his, let me call everybody makes this thing, I'm looking at the time also, that's his baby that we are all working around. So thanks Indraji. And also, today there's many volunteers in the kitchen. Muna Gautam, single-handedly led making samosas, which is a very difficult job. And also, Katuraji, I don't know what he is, but he's always helping in the kitchen. So, with the 2 seconds left, everybody remember that there's a food, and make sure you eat and go. I want to thank all the volunteers and the graduates for coming. Congratulations and thank you for coming here and thank you so much. Thank you. And we are 7 o'clock and 16 seconds away. Thank you so much. We're on time. Thanks.